Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio, also currently on YouTube as well at Ticket Punchers, and of course on the Big X Sports Radio YouTube page. I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined today by my two co-hosts here, JR Anderson and Mr. Curtis Phillips, aka Philly Picks. Fellas, we've got a lot to discuss, a lot to get into. We've got football on tonight. We've got football on tomorrow. We've got NBA action back happening as well, non-NBA Cup related, and I'm excited to get into it with you guys here today. We've also got our Game Day Men's Health text line in action, so whatever thoughts you guys have, please get those out there. Get them to us. Get them into the chat. Get them into the text line at 502-414-1450. Game Day Men's Health is redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, and sexual performance therapy. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com to finding a new era in men's health. JR, talk to us. We were streaming last night. We were watching the Cards, and they don't get the job done. Philly, we're going to get your thoughts here in just a second. Overwhelming takeaways to Louisville's loss to Tennessee last night, 83-62, getting done by 21 points. Disappointing, not fun. But I want to ask you, what were your takeaways from the game ultimately?
Same thing like I said last night on the broadcast. I mean, it really shows that, why Mike Hill is a top 5 prospect in the NBA. Overall as a team, it really showed that if Mike Hill were to ever go down or we were ever to have any problems with foul trouble, things like that, like we would struggle. I don't know if it's a big discrepancy between home games and away games or offensive playbook. I listened to you and Mike's show a little bit earlier, but we got some eye-opening stuff between two games, between Arkansas and last night's game to really take from. And we got to be better offensively, man. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't happy. We turned it off early. That's not what I expected. Michael getting ruled out early did hurt. Even all of our plays and stuff that we had pushed out, like from the get-go, were almost scratched, especially when they went up 17-9. So like you guys said earlier on the show, these two Duke games, full staff, we got a lot of work ahead of us before March hits us, man. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Philly Picks, what'd you think of your Cards last night, man? I know you made some money on the NBA Cup side of things. We're going to be getting into that. Shout out to you there. But you also are a diehard Card fan. I'm sure you watched the game. You've maybe even already had it cut on today, rewatching it a little bit. What did you think of that loss last night to Tennessee? Not necessarily just how we lost, but what you maybe think of going forward and what it means.
Yeah, I think the size for Tennessee really kind of just overwhelmed us. You know what I'm saying? Hadley at the 4, they're running, 3-4 guys over 6'8", and we just came out and didn't have the firepower. I feel like even without Michael, like we should be able to compete better than that. It just shows me we don't have, too many guys that can create off the dribble, whether that's for themselves or for others. Really our main 2 guys are only Brown and Conwell. Like we have a lot of good players, but they're just better as a team. Like I said, can't create too much off the off the dribble. So a lot of stuff we need to work on, before conference play, comes up. And so I'm curious to see. I know both of the games that we lost were true road games. So I don't know if it's just the tough environments or we're just not coming to ready play on those games. But a lot to improve.
Yes, we do have a lot to improve, a lot to work on. And now those two Duke games we've got in the regular season, that home and home we've got with them, ever more important because the games we've already won that we thought were going to be big wins for us now looking kind of like good wins, not great wins, right? Those still quad one opportunities we've got as well on the schedule in the ACC. But ultimately, fellas, every game becoming more important when you lose against these big teams because you've got to string the big wins together to make sure you're seated where somewhere you want to be seated. So we're going to continue to chat about the Cards this season and give you all updates. We did have them on our Triple Punch yesterday, our official Ticket Punchers Triple Punch parlay. We had the +4.5. He gets rolled out after we go off the airwaves, right? Like less than an hour before game time, like 20, 40 minutes. I mean, I heard about it 20 minutes before. I think it came out about 40 minutes before because even the players didn't know, right? Up until about an hour before the game, Pat Kelsey, I don't even think knew until he says, I don't think I'm good to go. And they have to kind of change it up. I don't think Michael Brown makes this a game in which we win. I do think he kind of helps the offense not turn the ball over so much. I think he kind of helps us create some other looks, and then he's going to score himself, right? He's going to get to the free throw line in a game like that probably at least 5 or 6 times. That's free throws there. So I don't think we lose by 21 if Michael plays. With that being said, we do probably still lose by double digits, fellas. I hate to say that because the issues we had were not really guard issues. Granted, the front court wasn't making decisions well in the offensive end. Defensively, they did their job technically with what was being asked. So we got to have some improvement in the front court. Sonata Frew got to play bigger. We need Case and Pryor and Kenai Roots to come in and be those culture guys that we know that they can be, take good shots, defend hard, play hard, and do all the little stuff well. And they weren't doing that for us last night. So hopefully we can get a good bounce back game against Montana where everything starts to look good because, fellas, it's right straight to it on this road trip out to Cal and Stanford. I mean, those are – Cal's good. Stanford's not great, but those are 2 games that when you play on their home floor, having to travel, they can be tough. We got to get right because we got Duke right after that to start off our little bit of a homestand in ACC play. But yeah, that's kind of the take there with the Cards. We don't hit the triple punch unfortunately because of it. I had the Florida State team total at 76.5. They finished with 69 points, getting clobbered by Dayton. Granted, I didn't think they would win. I thought they could cover. They don't cover, and they don't cover our team total. So unfortunate night for us on the triple punch parlay. But we'll have one for you guys tonight. We're going to discuss it here in a little bit. Fellas, let's get into it. What do you guys want to talk about first? We've got bowl games to get into. Philly, I want to hear your take. I'm sure you maybe saw the score, probably even had it on for a bit. The Jacksonville State game against Troy, as you were you had some points for that game. I think you probably had a couple props as well. Jacksonville State gets the job done. We said we liked the 2.5. We took that. That one hits as well. Get into these bowl games that we've got tonight as well, if you want, Philly. But what's most excited in terms of bowl game betting in your eyes before the college football playoff games start, or if there isn't any fun? Because there's not a lot of fun in watching some of these games, but when there's close lines, making money's fun, right, Philly? Get into the bowl game situation that we've got here last night and headed into tonight, if you want.
Yeah, so bowl games, they can be exciting, but you also got to kind of just deep dive into who's playing, who's opting out for transfer portals. Do you have your head coach and, things like that. So, yeah, in terms of last night, yes, we did have Jacksonville State going up against Troy. That was pretty sweaty. And Troy was up for, most of this game, probably about 3 quarters after Jacksonville.
I was going to say 2 full quarters they were up.
Yeah, after Jacksonville State took the 7-0 lead, Troy scores a defensive touchdown. It's, I believe, 13-10 going into the 4th quarter. Commentators are like, Troy has won 79 straight games when entering, the 4th quarter with a lead, which I thought was actually insane. But Jacksonville State's driving, and I'm like, okay, about to break this streak. So they get the touchdown, right when 4th quarter started, and Troy couldn't really do nothing. But at the end, they did have a Hail Mary attempt where I didn't see that ball come down. I'm like, oh, no, no way they just lost on a Hail Mary. But ultimately, they ended up, coming through with the win. But
he almost did catch it, though.
Oh, yeah, he did. I
almost caught it. He was like this close.
My heart dropped. I'm like, oh, no. But, yeah, just in terms of bowls, general, you get a lot of matchups that you tend to not see, really ever. Like, you'll get a lot of head-to-head.
Exactly.
between, two teams that's never really faced each other. So that's the kind of cool thing about it. I personally like when, all these players aren't opting out. When you have your full team, it can be a easier read. But that's tend to be what you look for in these bowl games. So
we've got one in action right now. South Florida going against Old Dominion, leading 3-0 here in this first quarter. Looking like that one's going to be a pretty low-scoring game. Yeah. And like you just said, that last point you mentioned, these teams typically in bowl game spots haven't played each other, or at least not a lot more times than not. And when that's the case and it's two top teams in their realm of college football, you get these close lines. Delaware and Louisiana, both teams sitting at 6-6. I'm pretty sure Louisiana had a tougher schedule than Delaware did, but I have to go back and look. 1.5-point favorites in favor of Delaware. Over-under sitting at 60, which I don't know much about that. But if there's a read and a way you can figure out a line or a team you like, the lines are great. They're really great. 1.5 if you think, Louisiana's going to win this game by at least a field goal. Having been somewhat battle-tested this year, seeing a couple all-right teams, that Troy team from last night being one. Delaware, a team that's lost some bad games. They won some good games. But I think that it's interesting when you have those really, really short lines. JR, have you been looking at any bowl game stuff? I remember you were talking about it last week. You said there was a couple college football spots you were maybe going to be looking into. I don't know if you've really got to do your dig, though. Early week college bowl games are kind of interesting. You're getting the Louisianas and the Delawares versus, the Toledos and the Louisvilles and the Western Kentuckys and the UNLVs, teams that are a little bit more common.
Yeah, I mean,
playing on the weekend.
The few that I've been able to look at are just the three: Oklahoma, Alabama, Texas A&M, Miami, and then Ole Miss and Tulane. I think Ole Miss, even without Kiff, I think they're going to stomp Tulane. Sorry to say, I think they'll be motivated. I think the Texas A&M and Miami game will be a good one. I do think Texas A&M will bounce back after the loss. And I got Alabama beating Oklahoma, even though I think that's going to be probably the most exciting game.
I got it as well.
Yeah, I got, like that one could go either way. It's, depending on, who's letting it rip. But I do think Alabama will.
We may need to get on that one early while they're still 1.5-point underdogs.
Yeah, for sure. Even alt, take it to, 3. I think it's still good money. I was looking at it earlier, but, those for sure. I think Oregon stomps James Madison, sorry to say. I think, the ones that are extremely favored, I think will be landslides. Us in Toledo, I think will be a good one. Depending on, I haven't really kept up with departures and everything, but
apparently Miller Moss is going to be playing in this game.
I mean, if we got Moss, I think it's the best thing for him to go out with a bang. Hopefully help him get on some type of roster, if any. If not, he'll be in Canada.
We got a couple texts coming in on the Game Day Men's Health text line. It says here, my ticket punches or ticket pokes, maybe. Delaware money line for tonight, bowl game. They want it more. And maybe Memphis to cover, definitely Alabama. So I'm saying Memphis to cover and definitely Alabama. Those are college basketball plays, I'm assuming. This is Teacher Dave from Jeffersonville texting in on the show, avid listener on the Ticket Puncher Show. We appreciate you. He also sends his text in pretty regularly. Shout out to Dave.
What was the first one?
He says he likes Delaware on the money line tonight for the bowl game.
Okay.
Which we were looking into that. We'll get more into that here in just a couple of minutes. But he also likes Memphis to cover and definitely Alabama. Alabama 13.5-point favorites tonight going up against South Florida.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Memphis line, fellas, but let's get into the college basketball now that Dave's brought it up.
Yeah, I had Alabama -7.5. I feel like these long spreads, man, have been really hard to cover here lately. We've been seeing it with, Duke and what was it, Lamont or whoever they played. Michigan State 20-point favorite. They get covered up. These large spreads. That's the power of the NIL. You don't really know who's who until they get punched in the mouth and then they respond and they come out fighting. So the spreads are awesome, but they're also tricky, especially when you parlay them. But I do definitely think Alabama wins that game for sure. The spreads are tricky. I had him at 7.5, and that's -310. So I don't know what it is for his line.
What about you tonight?
Was Memphis.
Oh, yeah, Memphis was the second one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Memphis line.
It's
Go ahead,
plus
Curtis.
7.5.
I'll look up Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis, it was at plus 7.5. It went up to plus 9.5. I didn't see any injury news on either side, so I'm not sure why it went up. But I was actually leaning towards Memphis as well. I'm not sure if I'm a buyer yet of this team. They haven't really faced anybody yet. Granted, that they're 10-0, taking care of the business, but this will only be their second true road game. So going against a physical, Memphis team at home, which they obviously play better at. I did lean to that Memphis side. I haven't got fully there where it's in my bet slip, but that was a hard lean for me as well. So I like that teacher, Dave.
Yeah, Dave. This is the 9.5-point favorites here, or underdogs here. This is a Vanderbilt team that's like Western Kentucky hung around with them for a bit. UCF hung around with them for a bit. They did handle business against SMU, which was very, very impressive in the ACC SEC Challenge. But this is a Vanderbilt team that will allow teams to get on the board for sure. I think Memphis is going to respond well to the loss against us. They probably had a couple of things that I'm not going to say unlocked against us, but you got a couple of performances against us, I think, that were encouraging. Abdul Hakim looking good. And I think that they can combat with what Vandy is going to like to do. I think they've got enough size as well. So I'm with you on the plus 9.5. I'll go ahead and rock with you on that jab there, Dave, the little jab that you're taking. I'll put a little something on Memphis tonight, and then I'll go ahead and I'll take Alabama at a bigger line than JR, but not a little less. He's on the 7.5. They're 13.5-point favorites. I'm going to go 9.5. I think they can cover the 10 points. I think they keep kind of make it. It's one of those games that for a good chunk of it, they're up 8-12, couple runs, kind of letting the other team establish some momentum. Then they get back to doing what they do there at the end of a game where they just don't. The other team won't have enough to really combat.
And for Memphis ATS against the spread this season, they are 80th percentile. So, and that's what a plus 9.5 spread. So. Minus 110 right now on FanDuel for them to cover that. So, I mean, I definitely like that, especially with them being at home.
I'm on it. Anything else in college basketball from Mr. Philly Pick that you were on? I know that with a slate like this, you typically are prone to finding those little hidden gems here. So I want to ask before we get into a little bit of NBA chatter here for the day.
Yeah, I have a quick team total targeting Florida. Their team total sitting at 99.5. And you'd probably expect me to go under that with a big number, but I'm going to go over. It's a big fade of the team they're playing, St. Francis. They're allowing around 89 points per game. They're just bottom 350 in a lot of defensive categories. They're second to last in opponent field goal percentage. So teams are shooting almost 53% on them. So teams making over half their shots when they face St. Francis. The biggest player that they have that plays, minutes is around 6'9". And you got about 4 or 5 rotational guys on that Florida team that, they'll just have the size advantage over them, every time down the floor. So I think they'll crack the century mark tonight. So yeah, Florida team total over 99.5, sitting at minus 114.
I like it. I have one punch for tonight. I'm going Xavier. This Creighton team has not been impressive to me. I get that they still can. They still have an offense that can go out there and make things happen at certain times, but ultimately the defense is just not good enough on this Creighton side. I think Xavier's been playing well. People were iffy on them to start the year off with a couple of bad losses that they had, but they've been good since then. I get they've been good at home since then, and this is a home game. I'm not trying to say that they're better than people think, but at home in this spot, sitting at 2.5-point favorites against Creighton. I like Xavier to get the job done. This line did open at 2.5. It hasn't moved. You maybe, 2.5 lines are weird. It's at -3 now, so maybe you go down to -1.5, kind of keep it safe for you, just because you don't want to get the line move kind of costing what the original computers thought. So I'm on Xavier -2.5. I'll go ahead and make that an official punch for me. That is going to be my only one in college basketball here for tonight.
-2.5 is -118, so good line.
I like it. I'm also going to bet so I'm going to take an official jab, not to my record or anything, but I'm with Dave. I'm going to take the official tail. I'm jabbing Dave, taking the Memphis +9.5. I'm parlaying that with I'm going to rock with, I'm taking the Dave +9.5, and I'm taking the JR +7.5. I'm going to let the ticket punchers make me some money here tonight. But that's on the side of what I'm going to be taking from others. For me tonight, I'm on Xavier -2.5. Is that it for college basketball, my guys?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Because we've got an NBA Cup. We've got an NBA Cup I want to discuss. What's up, JR?
I got Vermont money line over Siena, minus 152 last time.
I knew you had a play. I knew you had a play of some teams you didn't really want to say, but it was in there.
Yeah.
Vermont money line over
Siena.
Siena. What'd you catch that one at, JR?
Minus 152.
All right, there it is. So we've got Florida team total on Curtis's side, Mr. Philly Picks, and our boy JR here has Vermont money line on his side. They're separate college punches there. We're also leaning with the jab from Dave on Memphis plus 9.5, and we're rocking with the Alabama minus 7.5. I'll probably go ahead and ladder that up one time to minus 9.5 as well. But ultimately, what we all came into this show for, the three of us, the desire to not just talk about bets, but in specific NBA basketball. And we've got a new thing happening in the NBA the last couple of years, as a lot of you listeners probably know. That's the NBA Cup. The NBA Cup was in action last night for its final game, the championship game. The Knicks and the Spurs, that's New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs, going at it. And our boy called it, JR. Philly Picks was all over this one. He was on the Knicks minus 2.5. Philly, get into this one a bit. I'm sure, I watched it. I had it on during the Louisville game, had it on after the Louisville game. We were maybe going to do a recording after, but we decided not. Knicks get the job done after what was looking like a first half that was in favor of the Spurs. If the Spurs were able to replicate that first half, they would have won that game. But what were your takeaways of the NBA Cup overall this season compared to maybe last year? And then the Knicks getting the job done, and just overall how the Knicks have looked this year.
Yeah, so honestly, I feel like they could have I know they reconstructed the NBA Cup a little bit different this year. Like, the days were kind of odd this year. I believe last year it was Tuesdays and Fridays, and it felt like this year it was kind of a little bit all
spread
over
out too much.
Yeah, it was spread out.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, every 3 weeks or whatever. It was, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, overall I'll just speak into the game last night first. It was a very game. Spurs came out pretty much on fire, back and forth, maybe the first 8 minutes or so. And then from that point on, about, the end of the first quarter to about the end of the third quarter, Spurs really controlled that game. They didn't, I believe their biggest lead was 12 or 13, but, Knicks never completely went away. But yeah, Spurs, their fast legs were getting out. They were running. They're just exciting to watch when you have Castle out there with Wemby and Dylan Harper. But I've seen this time and time again. That was part of my analysis last night with the Knicks, where the Spurs, they'll start off hot, and then kind of at the end, you'll kind of see that youth, just kind of take over, where they're making those critical mistakes at the end of the game. And that's what you saw, in the fourth quarter, that Knicks team, the experience just kind of took over with those guys. And really, the bench is what kind of united this team. You had Jordan Clarkson, Tyler Kolek, Mitchell Robinson. Those guys all had big days, big games for the Knicks last night, which kind of, propelled them to that win. And I think, as we saw last year with the Pacers winning the NBA Cup, they ended up going to the championship. And I could see the Knicks, doing something in the East this year. They have the experience. They have the go-to guard that they can go to with a nice bench and nice coaching. So overall, I'm liking the way, this Knicks team is kind of, coming out and playing.
Under Mike Brown.
I've loved it. I've loved it. I like the NBA Cup. I've seen a lot of back and forth on the NBA Cup overall from both NBA fans, like the hardcore NBA fans and the casual ones. I think there's casual fans that like it. There's casual fans that hate it. There's NBA diehards that like it. There's NBA diehards that hate it, which is surprising. Which, I'm not going to – I like something new. I like them trying to change things and make things more interesting for both the fans and the players. That's cool to me. And those players at the bottom of the roster, they're doing this for them. So that's the fun in it. JR, any thoughts on the NBA Cup?
Yeah, let's be completely transparent. Before this got implemented, hats off to Adam Silver. It was the National Blowout Association. These
this time of year, it was
these early games. It was 30-point deficits at halftimes, and players just wasn't interested. So this kind of revitalized the early season. Leading into the holidays. when it's already predominantly football season and other things like that. But I mean, in this game in particular, I was very impressed when I was looking at the box score. OG had a good game, even outscored Brunson. He had 28, Brunson had 25. The bench stepped up, but looking at the box score per the quarter, it was a 2-point quarter deficit every quarter, 30-28, 31-31, 33-30, and then fourth quarter hit 19-35. So you're talking about a 16-point, spread there, which is just insane. Wemby did sit majority of that fourth. He didn't come in till late. I do think with Wemby fully healthy and implemented, I think the outcome is different. But 2025 NBA Cup champs are definitely the Knicks, and well deserved. I'm happy to see Mike Brown, turn the team around.
Definitely, they were looking like a team that can actually go and do something this year. I get the East has kind of allowed them to look that way.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away anything that they've done. They're dominating when they're at home. They're not a slouch on the road. They're not an easy win by any means on the road. They've got one of the best guards in the league, one of the best scorers in the league, to keep it simple, with Jalen Brunson. And then you've got kind of the perfect players accompanying him with Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby being those two-way defensive stoppers that can guard multiple positions, hit the three, and get to the basket. But not only that, play make. That's like one of the underrated things for the Knicks, is that every single player out there, not to say is like a dime dropper, but is an above average passer and playmaker.
Yeah,
that's how you have success in the NBA these days. And then when you combine that with guys who can also defend, now you've got some of the, they've got like 2 or 3 one-of-ones in the NBA on that team, and that's how you go and make things happen. Fellas, we don't have much time here, about a minute and a half before we get out. I do want to get our official NBA picks for tonight, official punches. We didn't get the triple punch. Well, we can tweet official punches and not say those on the show and talk about the triple punch right now, or we can tweet the triple punch and give our official punches. What do you guys want to do?
Either works for me.
Yeah, same. You pick it.
All right, let's go official punches for tonight. Whoever's ready, I guess we'll start with you, JR. In the NBA, there's only 2 games. You maybe have some in the bowl game for tonight, or even in college basketball outside of that Vermont pick. But what do you guys like tonight in official punches, ideally in the NBA? JR and then Curtis.
I'm going to go Minnesota money line, -250. It's kind of slanted. I wanted to take the Minnesota -7.5, but
I did too, but it went up.
Yeah, for whatever reason at home, sometimes, Ant might come out, have 5 points at halftime. He just don't come out with the umph all the time, especially playing against a sub 500 team. But if you're feeling froggy, take them at 6.5, 7. I do think that they win by 5-ish points, give or take, or probably a blowout if Ant is cooking. But to be safe, for the triple, I'll do Minnesota. -250 money line.
Curtis, what about you? Triple punch piece for tonight?
Yep, triple punch piece. We'll go Naz Reid, 20+ points and rebounds. For some reason, he just always goes off first Memphis. So
I'll go to the other game for tonight, fellas. This was a Big X big bet for me today in the Running with Roman show from 2 to 2:30. I'm on the Josh Giddey rebounds at 8+ for tonight. I think this is one of those electric Bulls Cleveland games that we're going to get. We had 1 or 2 of these last season. This is a Bulls team that at home, I feel like, plays really good basketball. On the road, they can't defend for their lives. But at home, that offense starts to click. If they can hit some threes tonight, they will definitely stay in this game and be in this game. I'd like Giddey to be the culprit of that tonight with 8+ rebounds. I did take Julius Randle 20+ points in that Timberwolves game as my second Big X big bet. That's at -330 though, so that was kind of a parlay piece to pair up with the Giddey rebounds there. But yeah, those are going to be my punches. I've got the Giddey 8+. That's going to be our triple punch piece as well for that one. So go get that in. You can get that with a boost as well, because there is 2 props from the same game there. But fellas, this is going to wrap us up on the ticket portion, the radio portion of the Ticket Puncher show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow, 5:30 to 6, right here on the Big X. Let's go punch those tickets. All right, fellas, got that triple punch out. Let's go and confirm that one more time for our YouTube and X listeners, and so I can write it down. We had JR with the T-Wolves money line.
Yeah, minus 250. And if
Curtis,
you want to alt it, take their spread.
Had Nas Reed. What was the prop?
20 plus points and rebounds combined. I'm not sure what the odds are. It was locked on FanDuel last time I looked.
Points and rebounds, and then I've got Josh Giddey for the ticket. I mean, I said 8+ on the radio, so we've got to post that. I do think that I probably should have, for a ticket punch, please put that down to 7. It's at minus 150. He's covered this in the majority of his games this season, so we'll keep it at 8+. But now thinking back, I probably should have kept the 8+
rebounds.
Yeah, well, 7+ for the ticket punch. I was thinking is what I probably should have done just to keep it a little bit safer.
I mean, against Cleveland, I mean, I feel like at home he's a little bit more bouncier. He should be all right. I don't know what the odds is for him at 7. If it's a big discrepancy, I mean, all three of ours together should still make it plus money. Should be all right.
Yeah, he's coming off a game where it was 2 straight games with 7. He's averaging, 9.3 on the season. He had that stretch where he was going he went double digits 5 out of 6 games in a row, just a few games ago. So I thought they played Cleveland, though. He had 9 against Cleveland. So
I think Ant got ruled out, so Nas is props.
Oh, no.
I don't know about.
You're going to lose that juice. You're going to lose that juice on Nas, which is fine.
Like I said, that was going to be my parlay piece, and yeah, it made. Let's see.
Somebody, baby, just.
Oh, my bad. Y'all can hear that. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. I like it. You can bring him in on the show if you want.
Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna get him now.
Rudy, Nas Reed. Oh wow, they took the
Giddey's
20 and a half. Go ahead, JR.
I was gonna say Giddey's last 5, 7, 7, 3, 7, 11.
Yeah, somebody came back from injury for them. Was it Patrick Williams?
Yeah, head to head. I mean, the last time they played Cleveland on the 8th, he did get 9. So then before that, in 2024, which his minutes was different, he did 3 and then 8. So I mean, averages right there. But I think 7 would be.
Say what's up.
There we go.
Hey, what's up?
Look at that, getting in that sports media career in early right there.
Oh yeah.
He said Lakers minus 50.
Okay.
Yeah, fellas. I mean, we'll keep Giddey on the 8 for the triple punch, since that's what the radio podcast listeners are going to take.
His 6.5 was minus 266. So I mean, if you piece them all together,
you're still at over plus 300. So
yeah, I don't think it hurts that bad. But
all right, let me get this in. Nas Reed 20 plus. I'm going to take 20 and a half, Curtis. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. That's perfect.
20 and a half at minus 210. We'll go Wolves money line, and then I'm going to go add the Giddey 7 plus. I hate to do that when I told the radio something different, but Giddey, and they're not letting me get the 7 plus. I got to go alternate, I'm assuming.
I think he covers. Yeah, I think they changed it to 6.5. 6.5 or 7.5.
Got y'all one more official punch?
Yeah.
All right. We're going Jalen Tyson for the Cavaliers over 19.5 points or rebounds. I know we took this, I think, 2 weeks ago on this show. And, he's hit this in 8 of 10. And then when he's hit this in 7 of last 8 games when playing 30-plus minutes. He's played 30-plus minutes in, I believe, 6 or 7 straight games. So I think DeAndre Hunter's minutes are going down. Mobley, what's that?
He said 20 points plus rebounds.
Yep. I got that minus 114. I think the juice is going up a little bit, but yeah. I thought DeAndre Hunter's minutes is going down. Evan Mobley's still out, which allows some more rebounds for this team. And we faded the Bulls a lot this year because, I mean, they're not good defensively and they go at a fast pace. So just
Who was the top?
just now or
Yeah, just now.
Jalen Tyson over 19.5 yards.
So my girlfriend, you guys know, she gambles. She went on like a 5-night like break. Really it was more than that. It was like a 6 or 7 days, no bets.
Yeah.
She gets on there. Part of the reason I wasn't betting either, we weren't really watching much NBA. She listens to the Ticket Punchers, but she bets her own stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me why this girl has been hitting Jalen Tyson props every single time the Cavs play. She finds a Jalen Tyson prop that
He's a
hits.
cash cow, bro.
He is, and she's found it. She has found it. So I mean, I'm rocking with you on that one. It's funny watching that prop go up. Like I'm points and rebounds for Jalen Tyson sitting at 18.5 for minus 150 when we were getting it at 13.5 for minus 120 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I thought that was funny that she kept doing that.
That's crazy. But yeah, when you look at this Cavs team though, like I think the difference between this year and last year, like they don't like as of right now, they don't have a lot of spot up shooters. Like Hunter, he's fallen off this year. Like Jalen Tyson's their main spot up shooter. You got Sam Merrill that hasn't played most of the season. Max Strus, he hasn't played a game this season, which is their obviously go-to spot up shooter. So I think that's one of the differences between why the Cavs are struggling this year. They just don't have that shooting. But yeah.
I'm with you on that.
They don't have a consistent line.
With Garland being in and out, that isn't no help.
Yeah, Garland being out every other game don't help either.
Yeah. He better watch it. He might be on the block.
Oh, I think he is.
Right.
Yeah.
They were shopping him last year.
He might be one of those trade deadlines right before the All-Star break.
Yeah. You see that the Lakers are shopping Dalton again?
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
They're trying. We should say
crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, DA's been hooping, but watching Mark play in Phoenix, bro. If the Lakers would have pulled that off, bro, I think they would have been nasty.
The thing is, with Mark, can you do this can you even go 40 games?
I mean,
can you give us 50 games?
Health is what I think, uprooted it, especially with whatever BS they found in his back or whatever it was. But
yeah,
I think it was BS. But, I mean, we'll see if he can play out. I think this is what a contract year for him. So just watching him play and watching him get 20 points and, 13 boards, 12 boards with ease, it, irritates me. But
every time I cut them on, he's getting a rebound. Every time.
Yes. And he got that dog in him, like Ayton. I ain't seen him get spicy except when he was calling him a B word when they start, getting into it. Because, Ayton's formerly from Phoenix. They called him soft, traded him away, that whole shenanigans. And then, Mark and the Lakers debacle. And I'm just like, it's too much, celebrity housewife drama over here.
Yeah.
But it was a good game.
Oh, I forgot that.
But I took Robert Morris money line as well over Youngstown, minus 140.
Kentucky's kryptonite here.
Oh, Robert Morris. But yeah, I got them as a straight. I got Vermont as a straight. I built a couple parlays. I got Xavier Vanderbilt, Alabama minus 7.5 on 1 for plus 152. Which I put on the Discord, and then I built a little NBA parlay. Rudy, 10 points. Jalen Wells, 2 threes. Rudy, 8 boards. Those 3 is plus 180, but I parlayed it with Kobe White, 2 threes. Garland, 6 assists. But if he's been ruled out or not, I know they were teeter-totter.
Who's that being ruled out?
Garland. I know he was questionable. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Supposedly. But and then Matisse for 10 points. That parlayed plus the booster is 776, which I like. It'll come down to the 3 balls for Jalen and Kobe White. I think Kobe's solid. Jalen should be solid with that much interior defense with Rudy and them boys. And if Ant's out, I think it'll be a lot of threes getting chucked.
Oh, yeah.
And then my second parlay is Robert Morris money line, James Madison money line, and then Marquette money line versus Georgetown. That's plus 305. Well, that's all I got. I didn't put anything out for college football. I just, any teams that are 6-6, I don't really trust them. So
yeah, I feel that, brother.
Yeah, I was this close to pushing out some lines for tomorrow's game, but I'll save
NFL.
I'll save it for tomorrow's show.
Do we know?
All right, fellas.
What'd you say?
I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate all of our listeners. We've got about 24 people right now on X. Got some on the Big X YouTube as well. So I appreciate all of the people tuning in to us. But I am going to bounce out. Are you guys going to stay live?
Yeah, we'll stay.
All right. All right, fellas. Let's go punch those tickets.
Punch them, brother.
What was you about to say, Curtis?
Oh, I was saying, I was about to ask, did we know the Devontae Adams status? But it still says questionable, and he did.
I know he didn't practice.
Yeah, he didn't practice yesterday.
He didn't practice, but they also, McVay didn't rule him out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, they're already going to make the playoffs. I mean, why risk it? I mean, this is for the number 1 overall seed.
Right.
I mean, I think offensively they have enough. I think, Parkinson, the tight end, will get a bigger role. Kyron will probably get involved in the pass game a lot more.
Yeah.
Puka's Puka. Ain't nobody stopping Puka. Puka probably just going to go from 9 or 12 targets to 15 targets, 10 catches, 11 catches.
Yeah, I was just looking at his reception line.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. They said that they changed him from questionable to doubtful. For
early on for tomorrow for the listeners. I mean, if you can get it, I've seen Puka over 7.5 receptions. It's sitting around minus 118, and he's already catching 7+ in basically every game. With Devontae, without Devontae, I definitely see around 19 catches at least.
For sure.
So yeah, if Devontae's rolled out, I expect that to probably go to 8.5. But yeah. Who do you like on the side in that?
Say it again.
Who do you like on the side, like
for the money
for the game? Yeah,
I like Rams. I think Rams have enough, firepower. I think the Rams can get to Darnold and bother him. But also the Seahawks run game is not what I thought it would be with the double backs. If they can get something going in the running back receiving game, then I think that they'll be formidable. But I think it'll come down to the battle of the Seahawks defense versus the Rams offense. And if I'm gonna take money and put it on it, I'm gonna take who I think the MVP is with Stat. Mm-hmm. So he was my preseason MVP, still my MVP, and unless Puka just has an abysmal game, I don't see them. McVay, dude, like with him dialing up plays, like it's a superpower, bro. I've been screaming it for years. Coaches who Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Shanahan, Sean Payton, like they win. Not saying that the former Raven in McDonald isn't like that. He's like that defensively. That's why I think it'll come down to their defense versus Rams offense. I wish DA could play. That would make it more of a juicy line, but is it at Seattle?
Yeah, this one's at Seattle.
Yeah, so you got the 12th man in the building. I don't know the weather. The weather would be interesting. Let's
I was looking at that. It says around 50 degrees around kickoff. Because I was
no rain.
I lean toward. Let's see. I think it's with the rain tonight.
No, it's Seattle. It's always drizzling.
Like if this was a colder game, I would have definitely leaned Seattle. I mean, they like even when Darnold, he had 4 picks versus them, and they still lost by 2. But like that's the thing about Darnold. He's hard to read. Like if he comes out shoving, they're always gonna have a chance. But
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the huge games last year, he didn't really come to play in the playoffs and the last game of the regular season, which kind of scares me with Seattle. I mean, they have a great defense. It's just okay. How's Darnold going to play today? But
I think the Darnold that showed up in Detroit for all the marbles in the playoffs, like that's the Darnold that, you know, everybody praise on his downfall. But you know, it's no secret that in the big moments, bro, he shines away. He turns into a completely different person. But you give him a clean pocket and 30 minutes to throw the ball, he's gonna tear you apart. But the Rams aren't gonna let him sit on the X. You know, they're gonna blitz and you know.
Oh yeah, they're gonna send everybody.
Yeah, stunt that D line, get some pressure. You know, they're you know, running back blocking and pass protection isn't amazing, you know. But also, you know, their receiving game, you know, out of the backfield isn't amazing every game. But when they got it rolling, they got it rolling. But I expect McVay to game plan for that. So we'll see. I think it'll come down to them putting a bracket on top of JSM and you know, just taking him completely out of the game, which is hard. You know, like he's still going to get his catches 6+, but if they can limit him to sub 80, which I don't know if he's been sub 80, but one game season.
But I mean, if there's any team could do it, it would be them.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting the double team off the rip. You know, you got to until proven otherwise. But you know, we'll see how the Rams, you know, hold up against. I feel like they're going to try to do the ground pound game, you know, running the dual backs, running, you know, a little short, you know, type of San Francisco screenplays, you know, the Christian McCaffrey package is what I call it. You know, when you can't run the ball, you substitute it to the little quick hits, the little underneath stuff to then try to get a play action over the top or, you know, something longer down the field. But I haven't looked at their injury report either. I like Rams money line, man. You know, I was teeter-tottering with the spread for them. I just couldn't determine.
Well, once I saw 50 degrees, I was leaning towards them because I know that weather they're used to that dome, LA weather. But yeah, it's supposed to be good.
Stafford don't get affected. It's the drop balls and the run game and stuff that sometimes don't always wake up. But shit, I mean, they're both 11-3. You know, this is for the number one overall. This is gonna be a good game. I definitely like the over. I'll tell you that. I don't know what the line is at 42.5. I mean, they're both.
It went down or from the first game. I think this was at 49.5 the first matchup.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's probably because their last few games have been. But also, I could see it being a defensive snooze fest too, where it's just it's hard, you know.
Like game ends up being
like a 23-17 type game or something.
Yeah.
But you know, looking at every primetime game that's been in the big slot, you know, Detroit game, even though it was This was at LA, 41-34. You know, the Rams defense is still giving up points, even to the Cardinals. They gave up 17, even though that game was over before halftime, damn near. Carolina 28-31, Tampa 34-7. They played Seattle before 21-19. I think that's what they're basing this line off of. They think it's going to be a below 20, below 24 point type of game per team. I don't know. I kind of like them both to score 22 plus. I feel like this one's going to go over. I don't know why. I can't give you any statistical reasoning, but I definitely like the over. I just feel like they have an identity, and 3 touchdowns is 21 apiece, but that still only puts you at 42.
I mean, if they 21-21, I mean, you getting that OT, somebody kick that field goal. We're going on 44. Yeah. I'm
gonna call like a 24-20 game. 24-20 Rams. Be a slugfest, but we'll see. Even though that it does cover 24-20, puts us at 44, which would cover the over. So, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my I'll do a deep tonight.
What did JSM do against that secondary? Did he carve them up? I can't remember that game for some reason.
Yeah, he did. 9 for 105.
Yeah.
12 targets.
And that was at Seattle.
That was at NLA. Yep.
Yeah, playing in that dome on that turf is easy money.
This guy really has had one game under 80 yards. Well, he had one at 79, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he's at 1,500. He needs, these next couple games to stay on pace.
Hopefully 3 games to get slightly under 500. With him, it's doable. It's just, let's see. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able – with the NFC, you're not even going to be able to rest last game. And you play the Niners, which are only a game behind you. So, yeah, if they lose this game, there's no way they're sitting. Yeah, he'll have a chance.
It'll be a good one. I'm excited for it. Yeah. Sorry, we're getting pizza delivered. Some of my dogs is going crazy. Pizza, man. What else you like?
This crazy. You talking about NFL or just tonight?
Tonight is a snooze fest. That's why I didn't have many picks. I was leaning more towards college. Like if Ant's not playing, there goes my game I was gonna watch. Now I gotta watch freaking Mike Conley come in and collect a disability paycheck.
No, seriously. What's up with these? It seems like 3 out of the 7 days per week are just like like you have 2 to 4 games on the slate, and it's like, bro, what are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know if it's holiday scheduling or Christmas scheduling. I just don't remember. Especially on a Wednesday, Wednesday you would damn sure have your prime times. Your Boston versus LA or the prime time slates. I don't know. I feel like nothing's been really hitting just because of the rest and the not wanting to play back-to-backs and teams paying the fines and all that weird political BS that's happening here lately. But yeah, if Ant was playing, I think that game would be fairly decent. But
yeah,
it's just trash. Cavs versus Bulls. It seems like it would be good, but it's at Chicago.
I think it won't be just because, dude, Cavs have been so iffy, dude. This is not the same team from last year. I don't expect the Bulls, honestly. The Bulls have definitely been struggling, but I just don't think the Cavs are going to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
Bulls have only won 2 out of their last 10. Cavs have only won 4 out of their last 10. So both are 15-12, 10-15 for the Bulls.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's
Memphis. Is Ja playing?
I believe he had the questionable tag, but I think he's good to go.
I'm so sick of that shit.
Okay, he's still game time decision with
it. Zach Edey out, left ankle fracture. Ty Jerome. Damn, I didn't even realize he was hurt. I didn't even know he left.
Yeah, Cavs. That's another reason they're struggling. He was big for them.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
November that was 23rd. They gave him up, got Lonzo. But I think Jerome was
guards, bro. They got nothing but guards. You got Scottie Pippen. You got Cam Spencer, Ty Jerome. They got way too many guards.
No, that's definitely true. And you got a 6'11" power forward that gets 4 rebounds a game. Come on.
It's at the point you just need to blow that team up, bro. Trade Jaren, trade Aldama, trade Ja. 10,000%.
Ja got to go too. Yeah, it's definitely time.
But I don't even know who would. I'm sure there's always suitors, but they're gonna hit him with one of them Zion Williamson contracts, like how he had to maintain the weight. They're gonna hit him with the, hey, listen, if we get any Instagram infractions, you're losing the bonus. You're losing all the incentives fast. Yeah, commissioner's exempt. When he's playing, bro, I love to watch him. It's just all the extra shit. Play ball, brother. Stay out of trouble. Play ball.
Yeah.
I think he's over the organization. I think once they traded Bane away, which was a stupid decision, but I guess it comes down to money. I think Jaren and Ja, definitely lost respect from losing the coach, losing Bane, and then just all the other, shit. They were top seed in the West for 2 years.
Dude, yeah, they was
top
in the watch.
Yeah,
I mean, for like 2-3 years straight. Yeah, with that core, man, you trade Bane. I get Brooks. Maybe he's a little bonehead, but I mean, he brings toughness to your team. But it's time to pull it up.
Yeah, but let's see.
Yeah, it looks like I'm probably going like tonight. Yeah, the slate is actually the more I keep looking at it, it's like let me not even force it. Thursday we have a great slate tomorrow. We get around like 10 NBA games. We'll have obviously the NFL. I believe it's a couple bowl games. Better, actually not even really a better college basketball slate, but yeah, we'll definitely have a lot more tomorrow to choose from. So don't force nothing, listeners out there. If you don't like it, we'll see another day.
Yeah. What's Rudy's line for 10 points? Because hey, Rudy been a little money pot here lately, bro. I've been loading up on Rudy. I'll wait. Rudy won't score the first quarter. He'll be right under the rim, blow a lob. Odds of drop or increase to plus 100. I'm taking him for 10 every rip.
Oh yeah.
Especially against the grit, like shit. Tonight would be a night he has 15 or 18 points easily.
Oh yeah, and
no Edie. You got Jaren down there.
He goes 15 and 15.
Yeah. Well, his rebounds, I don't understand his rebounds, bro. Like sometimes when you think he's supposed to do like a 15 or a 10 or even an 8, the odds would be minus 1,000, and then he come out and get 6. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? And it'll be a 1-point game, and it's not even a blowout, and he played 32 minutes.
That phone call, hey, go do cardio tonight, man. We need cardio.
Yeah, or like he does this dumb shit where when the opposing team shoots, how in high school the coach would be like, hey, turn around, find your man, put your arm, like do the engagement seal, bro. He'll turn around and just like start pushing, and like I'm like, bro, turn around, get the rebound. It bounce off the back of his neck and shit. But 10 points. I don't know what his odds are.
64.
Oh, bro, yeah. Even for 12, shit. He's gonna catch probably 4 lobs tonight. That's 8. Probably by halftime, they're gonna hack him. He'll split free throws. That's 9. He'll definitely get two more buckets in the second half, especially with Bones Highland starting. Is that Bones starting? I think it's Bones. Yeah, with Bones, DiVincenzo, McDaniels, Randall. Randall will be the go-to. McDaniels as secondary. Chenzo's just gonna shoot threes, get some assists. Rudy's gonna have a lot of cleanup. Jaren looks like they're starting Williams, Coward, Wells, Aldama, Jackson against Highland, Chenzo, McDaniels, Randall, and Gobert. I like it. I like it a lot. Easy.
Averaging his last 5 games without Ant, he's averaging almost 14 points and 12 boards. And his boards is at 10.5, juiced to the over. Last 4 without Ant, 12, 14, 12, 15.
Yeah, without Ant, and it definitely won't be a blowout. Even with it being at Minnesota, since Ant's not playing, unless Julius goes for 35 or some shit.
Right.
I see it being a pretty good game, especially with Memphis having their core unit. I like it. I mean, his points. What's his points and rebounds? Points and assists, points and rebounds.
Gotta be 21.5, I'd assume.
22.5. Yeah, him right at 20 is minus 200. As a parlay piece, it wouldn't be bad, but even last game against Sacramento, he had a horrendous game, 7 points and 12. So he never has 2 bad games in a row here lately. Like if you look at it, it's like every other game. 11 points, 5, 12 points, 8, 26 points, 15, then 4 points, 15, 24 points, 7. So this is a game where he's definitely getting 10 plus, 10, 12 for sure. So let's see. I wonder if his points and assists would be any better. shit, that's not bad. Points and assists. He had 3 assists last game, then 2 games without any, 3 games, but he's capable. That'd be a little sweetener. Minus 110 for 13.5. That ain't bad.
Points and assists.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you a double dip, just in case, if he squeezes out 2, he only got to get 12. 13.5. Yeah, so it'd be 12 points essentially. But if he gets you 3 assists, you're only looking at 11 points. So it's not terrible at all. I definitely think he gets 10.
I may hop on the Rudy.
I
may hop on the rebounding.
Yeah. I mean, it should be a good night with Jaren. I don't know what Jaren's numbers have been, but I don't imagine he's been cleaning up the boards. I know Aldama's been banging.
Yeah, Aldama, he has been playing some good minutes for them.
Yeah, Aldama for 10 is a sleeper too on games like, matching up with a Randall or a McDaniels. He's sneaky, and he's aggressive with looking for his 3 ball.
Is he starting over Jock?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Landale was starting, but I don't know what happened. I think Aldama just was more aggressive and putting up points.
And he can kind of stretch the floor a little bit more.
Yeah. Let's see. The star big man is averaging 13.6, 11 boards, 2 blocks, 2 assists in 26 minutes. Yeah, so he's been hooping. Shit. Yeah. He had against Utah and against Portland, he had 22 points, 7 boards. And every game outside of that, it's hit or miss. 7, 4, 7, 13, 14, 12, and then 20. It's head-to-head. His last game, and it's last year back in April, he had 14-point PRA. But interesting enough, they got his line at 15.5, which is crazy.
Aldama.
Yeah, but I guess I don't even know how that's an average. Because his Clippers game, he had 3. Then Utah 22, Portland 22, then Clippers 7, San Antonio 4. So how they put his line at 15.5 is bizarre.
Maybe it's a good matchup, or maybe they already know they're getting ahead of that jaw information. He's about to get ruled out or something.
Yeah, well, I
think 15.5 is kind of crazy, though.
Yeah. And even the insights, it says Aldama has failed to exceed 15.5 points in 12 of his last 15 games versus top 10 defenses for points allowed. 80 percentile win rate. So I'd fade him. 16 is crazy.
That is.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a good fade right there. Plus 106. That's not bad.
Plus money for that, too. I feel like that's a prop you got to take anytime, every time.
Yeah, I mean, he is. Let me fade him. Well, no. Over 15.5 is plus 106. Under 15.5 is minus 109. So, I mean, shit.
Okay. I guess Jaws out. I guess that's got to be what it. Yeah, because I only see Jaws props up.
Yeah, but I mean, you matching up against Daniels and Randall. Ain't gonna be no cakewalk unless you hitting the 3 ball. How many threes is he getting? So he's making 1.3, but he is averaging 28 minutes and he's averaging 3.8 attempts. Yeah, no, he not clipping.
Well, let's see.
Last game he had 1-0-3 against Minnesota last year. Yeah, nah, you're not getting no 16 points, big boy.
Let's see. His numbers probably go way up without Miranda. That would be the only thing I could guess. But,
yeah.
I mean,
shots. And your matchup is not favorable.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's only got that one time.
Yeah.
Last 5 games without Ja.
Points. Let's go. Last 20. Let's alt this to.
I like that under. That's money.
Yep. Even if you're parlaying it, I mean, to take him up to 16.5 and take the minus 188 and, squeeze out just in case is not bad. But, I mean, minus 109 for that. I mean, points, last 20, last 10. Yeah, last 10, he's only hit it 3 times. And that was against Utah, Portland. Against any formidable opponent.
Yeah.
He's been getting he bought out against Dallas on November 22nd, but I don't think AD was playing probably. Or that was AD Gafford if they were playing, but 3, 7, 4, 7, 13, 14, 12 against Denver, New Orleans, Clippers, San Antonio, Sacramento, Clippers again, and then Clippers again. Yeah, I don't see Randall and McDaniels allowing them to get boogie like that.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I like that.
You got anything else?
I'm looking. I stumbled on that one. We only got 2 games. It's easy to dissect instead of having to look through freaking 10.
Yeah,
I'm scared of that Cleveland game. I feel like it's either going to be a blowout or it's going to be everybody averaging 12 points across the board, 8, 9 deep. It's just
probably. I think it'll be a lot of scoring, honestly.
Yeah. But even in this Minnesota game, everybody's taking the under. 72% of the money's taking the under, which is alarming. I'm guessing they think it's going to be a blowout. Minnesota get business over with by the third quarter, but I doubt it. They always play.
They might, honestly, now. With Giles one thing, but Cam Spencer, that guy's been chilling, and he's out tonight, too.
Yeah.
It's like they don't really have – Grizz have a lot of guards out. Like, they don't have a lot of people that's going to, facilitate. They just got really just a lot of role players out there. We'll see how that works.
Yeah. I do like the Tyson line from Roman and the wifey. Also like
I was with the 19.5.
Yeah.
PR. Yeah.
His PRA is 21.5.
Yeah, he's been cashing that too, both.
Yeah. 100% last 5 and 80% last 10, but shit.
Nah, dude, just watching tonight. He comes out with energy. I think he'll be off the bench tonight. He'll start some games when Garland's out and whatnot. But when he comes off that bench, he brings a spark. He can shoot. He can kind of do everything. I like his game.
Yeah, I like him. Jock is playing, but he's coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just trying to find something for this other game. You good on time?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm probably about to head out in the next 5 or so.
Yeah, same. Let's see. For everybody still watching, give us a follow. We got the Discord posted on the X account. Click the link. For some reason, the QR code is not working. It's free. We don't charge anything, but Phillies Picks is in there. I'm Junkyard Supreme on there. It's my original Discord for Junkyard Dog, so it won't show up as Ticket Punchers, but that's where we all operate out of. We give out everything free daily. And we got a little bit over 115 subscribers and growing. So make sure y'all give us a follow on the X, on YouTube, and on the Discord, which is linked on the X account. For those of you watching, I think I can pull up our QR code here. So that should open for you and take you there. Sometimes you got to refresh the page for whatever reason. It's a little weird sometimes going through Restream, but if you go to our X account, it's on there for majority of you watching or on X. I know we had a pretty big jump in subscribers yesterday, but we're just getting started, getting this thing rolling. But everything we do is for free and just to help people build some bankroll. Rebounds, assists, rebounds. I hate doing threes, but sometimes it's a layup if you find the right. But I don't trust any of the shooters on these teams tonight outside of probably Nas. I know Nas going to be good for about 3 of them things. Four maybe.
Dude, Nas are gone. He goes crazy with Memphis. I don't know what it is.
Well, Nas been hooping. I like Nas, man. I wish he could get a starting role. Like if we could get him on the Lakers, I would. Man,
that'd be a nice fit.
I'd swap his ass out with Rui so damn quick his head would spin.
That'd be nice.
Let's see. All right, I got this pulled up now. Let's look at these odds. Kobe White, no unders. Let's go all overs. Let's go hit rate 70. Let's go 60%. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So a good parlay piece is Kobe White over 2.5 rebounds, minus 210 on DK and minus 260 on FanDuel. I think that's solid. I think this would be a good game for him to get some boards. Patrick Williams being back, 2.5 boards, minus 192. That's a good parlay piece. And Cleveland ranks 21st in rebounds allowed to both positions. I don't really trust Lonzo Ball for anything, really.
I'm with you there.
Vucevic, if he's shooting threes, he ain't rebounding shit. So don't love it.
Yeah.
I do like Matisse. He's pretty solid, but his last 5 and last 10, 60 percentile, and then the last 20, 70 percentile. Trey Jones for 10 points. Not a bad slide. I like that. Minus 121, 70% in the last 10, 75% in the last 20. So even if you ought him down to like an 8, I think 4 buckets is not bad. A 3, a couple free throws, 2 lays. Naz Reid over 6.5 rebounds, minus 114. I think that's a steal. 80% in the last 5. And Memphis ranks 16th. But you got Jaren Jackson, Aldama, Wells, Coward, and forget the other one that's starting, but 16th in rebounding. They're middle of the pack. So, I mean, I still like that for Nas, especially with no Ant. I think Nas's minutes would be damn near close to probably 29, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Julius Randle, 7.5 rebounds. I don't love that. I feel like he's going to put most of his energy on the offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
Naz Reid, 9.5 rebounds plus assists. He's 80% in the last 5. That's minus 106. That's a good line. I'm almost done here. Trey Jones, 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Hell no, 60%. That's trash. You think Jalen Wells scored 14 points? He's 100% in the last 5, 80% in the last 10 since his uptick. But Minnesota's 9th in defense, but no Ant Edwards.
All right. Let's see. Who would
he's
be
he's plus 104, 13.5. I mean, I would opt him to 10. Let's see. I think this is shit. Minus 310 for 10, 10.5. I mean, 11.5, minus 166, or 12.5. Hell yeah, 12.5, sweet spot. Or if you can get it even 12 for the minus 166, I think 12 is solid. 2 threes. The rest to be at the rim. But shit, I mean, he's only had one game where he scored 9. He's 90 percentile for 11.5 at minus 166. I think that's
that's probably perfect. I mean,
both previous games he scored 13 against Minnesota in January. And back-to-back games damn near on the 11th and the 20th. So 90% in the last 10, 100% in the last 5, and 100% head-to-head at 11.5. I think 14 to 15 is going to be pushing it, but he can get it. I would say ladder it. But I like that. That's a good one. Jaren Jackson, I think he's going to have to board him. They got him at 7.5 rebounds and assists plus 104. I think that could be a sneaky line, except Minnesota's 9th in the category for the position, which could get him in trouble. But both games, he's coming off 4 boards, 4 assists, 5 boards, 3 assists. Then he missed by 1. He had 7 against Portland, 3 against Clippers, which Zubac beat, hogging everything. Then 8-11. So, I mean, he's 60 in the last 10, last 5. What's his head-to-head? Shit. His last game, he only had 2, which is crazy. He had to get hurt or something. That's nuts. How many minutes?
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. Like, it's blasphemy, dog.
That's crazy.
Like, will you bet – say you bet his – anything to do with rebounding and you're watching him play, like, he does not even attempt to – almost every time he just don't even attempt to go for any boards, dog. It's kind of crazy with his size.
Man. Yeah, the score in that game from April 10th was 141 to 125. I mean, the ball must have been flying, the shooting percentage must have been crazy, but for you to get one board, one assist is bizarre to me. What is he, 6'10", 6'11"?
Yeah, and it's like, like when I go hoop to, get some runs in, like, I'm one of the shortest guys on the court, and I'm attacking the boards. Like,
yeah.
Rebounding is an effort. Like, it's literally an effort stat, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of them games where he probably chucked up a shit ton of threes.
Yeah.
Shit didn't go, and he's just like, get back on defense. But one board and one assist for 30 plus minutes of play is not good. But I'm sure they got their asses whooped. It was a blowout. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got. I don't trust Rudy's rebound line. They got him at 11.5 plus 112. As a parlay piece, I'd take him at 7.5, maybe 8. Look, it's the same thing, 7.5 or 8.5. 8.5 is minus 350. 9.5 is 240. So they definitely think he's going to bang out. He's coming off a 12-14. In the last 5, he's 3 of 5, 60%. Last 10, 60% head to head. Nope. Yeah, so I don't trust it. He's 8-4-4 against Memphis. Hell no.
I backed off.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Simple reason. If Edie was in, I would have took this. But
yeah,
I mean, you have Jaren Jackson and Aldama. That's your 4 and 5. That they're gonna bring him off that block, I believe, with their shooting ability. So yeah, after I rethought, I'm not touching his rebounds.
I mean, as a parlay piece, I'd water it all the way to 7. He gets 7 just by rolling over. But head to head, he did have a game where he had 4. But I mean, he's 17 of 20 in the last 20 at the 6.5 minus 600 as a parlay piece, just to sprinkle. But then again, it is a big risk. Last 10, 80%. Last 5, 80%. He's only missed 1 game against Clippers with 4. But that'll do it. But we'll look forward to tomorrow. To everybody out there, make sure you follow the Discord. We'll have some live plays. Me and Curtis sprinkle on some lines if we like something. But if not, your boy probably be on Madden because But got anything else?
That's it for me, brother.
All right. Well, let's punch some tickets.
Punch those tickets. Yes, sir.
And follow us on the X account, y'all. Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good.